Number 1. It was a dangerously stormy night. Everyone in my family was doing their own thing. I was in my room watching TV. My parents were in the living room watching some comedy show. My sister was playing video games upstairs. I usually enjoyed stormy nights like this because it made me feel relaxed. I was relaxed until there was a monstrous bang on my window. I jumped up and looked outside. There was someone outside my window, but the large amount of rain pouring down the window kind of blurred his face. He started pounding at my window. It sounded like he was screaming for help. I opened the window just a crack, and he screamed, "Let me in, I'm hurt." The rain was so loud I had to scream at him to come around the front. Then I shut my window. I ran outside to the living room to tell my dad that some man who seems to be in distress is screaming for help outside. Then came the knocks and shouts for help outside our front door. My dad was about to open the front door, but I stopped him. I said wait, because I wasn't sure if it was a good idea. Then the phone rang, and on the TV it displayed the caller ID of our next-door neighbor. My dad ran to pick it up. When I heard him say "no fucking way," I knew something was wrong. He hung up the phone and said, "Stay away from the door." He didn't explain why. He just went to the window to peek at the front stoop. There is where he said he saw a guy crouched down, pounding on the door, holding some kind of large, sharp tool. My dad yelled through the front door at the man to go away before the cops get here. Then he actually got on the phone with the cops. Eventually the man outside gave up, and he disappeared the next time we checked. When my dad was on the phone with a neighbor, he told my dad that he saw some homeless-looking guy rummaging through his shed and came out with a large chopping axe. The cops found the crazed man wandering around the streets, and it made it in the newspaper a few days later. Number 2. If you don't know, the Crips are one of the biggest street gangs in Los Angeles. Back when I was a kid, my best friend, Stevie D, lived 2 doors down. We had other friends, sure, but it was usually just the 2 of us, riding bikes, playing video games. Nothing out of the ordinary. We were 12 the night it happened. We were biking around the neighborhood when we decided to check out the old abandoned house. Everyone in town knew about it. It had been empty for years. No one would buy it. People said it was cursed, or haunted, or worse. We didn't believe in any of that. We just wanted a thrill. When we rolled up on our bikes, Stevie stopped and pointed. "Look," he said, "the window." I looked up. At first, I didn't see anything, but then, there it was. A face between the curtains, pale, expressionless. It didn't move, not even when we waved or shouted. We figured it had to be fake, like a Halloween decoration. Still, it was weird. That house was supposed to be completely empty. We moved a little closer onto the driveway. The head still didn't move. Up close, it looked cheap, like plastic. We started laughing, relieved. Some idiot must have broken in and put it there to scare kids like us. That's when we got a bright idea. Why not go in and check it out ourselves? We stashed our bikes behind a bush and slipped into the backyard. The grass was knee-high. We didn't expect the back door to be unlocked, but it was. We figured whoever put the fake head in the window must have left it that way. We stepped inside. The house was dark, but not completely. Enough light crept through the broken blinds to see our way around. It was quiet, like oppressively quiet, and it stank like rot, old meat, damp wood, We made our way to the front room. The head was still there, just sitting on the windowsill. I reached for it, and the moment I touched it, I dropped it and screamed. It wasn't plastic. It was warm, too heavy, and leaking something dark. We hadn't found a prank. We'd found a severed human head. Number 3. Ever since the break-in, ever since I woke up to a man standing over my bed, silently watching me breathe. The stain appeared on my ceiling last Tuesday. Just a small, dark blemish at first. The super said it was a leak from the unit above. But Mrs. Henderson in 4B died 3 months ago, and that apartment has been empty ever since. The stain didn't spread like water damage. It grew downward, long dark streaks stretching into thin, wiry shapes, almost like fingers clawing through the plaster. Yesterday I found the maintenance records. The last tenant in my apartment, a woman named Rachel, was never seen moving out. Her mail had stacked up. When they finally went in, everything was still there. Clothes, photos, her toothbrush still damp on the sink. I decided to peel the stain off myself. As I scraped the plaster, something warm and wet dripped onto my face. It wasn't water. It was thick, dark, and smelled like spoiled meat. That's when my phone rang. Blocked number. "You shouldn't have done that," a voice whispered. Not through the phone. From inside the ceiling, I looked up. The plaster split open with a sound like tearing skin. Inside the blackness above, something moved. Pale fingers, too many, too long, curled around the edges. And then I saw the eyes, dozens of them, blinking independently, watching. I ran. I made it as far as the front door before I heard the ceiling give way behind me. A wet crunch. Then fingers freezing cold curled around my ankle. The police report will say I vanished, like Rachel before me. They'll notice the stains, the faint smell. Maybe they'll hear the dripping inside the walls. But they'll never look up. Not when the ceiling starts to breathe. Not when the stain begins to spread to their own ceilings tomorrow night. And they'll never notice, just before the lights go out, how the shadows in the corner have too many eyes, too many teeth, and how they're always smiling. Number 4. It started with the silence. 7 days ago, the woman upstairs stopped making noise. No more footsteps overhead. No more humming. Just absence. That's when the smell began. At first it was sweet, faint, syrupy, almost comforting. Then it curdled. Now it's heavy, rotten, like wet meat and burnt sugar. I told the super. He barely looked up. "Old buildings breathe weird," he said. "They've got smells." But I knew better, because then came the dripping. It started slow. Thick, black sludge oozed through the ceiling vent above my bed. It coated my wall in greasy trails that wouldn't wash off. Sometimes I'd find chunks in it, soft, fleshy. Once I poked one with a pencil. It moved, then came the noises. Not footsteps, dragging, heavy, slow, something being pulled across the floor above me. I'd lie there in the dark, frozen, listening to the scrape, the thud. Whatever was moving, it wasn't alone. Last Thursday I went upstairs. Apartment 4B, the door was unlocked. The air inside was freezing. The fridge hung open, its door bent outward like something had burst from inside. Scratches lined the walls, long, jagged, too high for a human hand. Then I saw the bite marks on the frame. Human, but wrong. The teeth were sharp. The canines were too long, and too many. That night, I dreamt of something whispering from inside my walls. It sounded like my mother, but she's been dead for years. When I woke up, my window was wide open. I live on the 5th floor. The dripping stopped yesterday, and the smell with it. Now it's just silence. But every night at exactly 3:13 a.m., there's a scratching at my front door. Not knocking, just slow, steady scraping like nails tracing the wood grain. And if I get close, I can hear breathing. It's not human. Last night I checked my front door camera, the one I forgot I installed months ago. The motion sensor triggered at 3:13 a.m. In the video, I'm standing in the hallway, facing my own door, smiling, but I never left my bed. And when I paused the footage at the right second, I saw the reflection in the hallway mirror behind me. The woman from 4B standing directly behind that version of me, smiling wider. Number 5. I was 15 when it happened. Just another Thursday night, bored out of my mind, so I decided to walk to my girlfriend Casey's house. It wasn't far, just 2 blocks through our quiet, tree-lined neighborhood, the kind of place where nothing bad ever happens. At first, I wasn't paying much attention. I had my earbuds in, music low, just killing time. Then I heard it, a rustle in the bushes behind me. I glanced back, saw nothing, and picked up my pace. Probably just a squirrel, right? But then came the next sound, a sharp snap of a twig, way too close. This time I stopped dead, turned around. The street was empty. Just rows of manicured hedges and flickering porch lights. I started walking again, faster now. My heart was pounding, but I told myself I was being stupid. Until I heard the footsteps. Light, quick, matching my pace. I called Casey. She answered immediately. "Hey, I'm almost there," I said, trying to sound calm. "But, I swear I keep hearing." "Ethan," she cut in, voice tense. "Who is that behind you?" I turned. 10 feet away, a man was crouched low, moving toward me in silence. I screamed, ran, pounded on Casey's door like my life depended on it. I felt his fingers grab my hood, yanking me back. Then suddenly, he let go. The door flew open. Casey's mom pulled me inside, slammed it shut. The cops came. They searched the neighborhood, but found nothing. Just another creep, they said, a random thing. But random things don't wear masks, and they don't watch you from the shadows long before they strike. I still don't walk alone at night. And sometimes when the wind blows just right, I swear I can still hear those footsteps behind me. I hope you enjoyed these stories. Don't miss the next one. Smash the subscribe button to be one of the first to know when a new story is out. Thank you for watching. Till next video, goodbye.